Hey guys, Chainsaw Productions here with another video. This is going to be my in the bag going into the 2024 competitive series. As you know, I sometimes carry bags, sometimes carry a cart, depending on the course and when I'm kind of shots I'm trying to throw. Usually for my home course, Turkey Hill, I'm rolling a cart. It's really cart friendly. I'm usually rolling between a minimum of 30 discs, maybe more, depending on my layout. I usually roll a cart because it can hold a lot of discs. And I'm usually playing 2 rounds, so that means that I'm going to have more shot shapes, and then I don't have to go like to the car or whatever in between. I can go from round 1 to round 2 if I need to, right away. Anyway, let's get started. So before we start, I'll show you this really cool stamp. I'm a big Infinite Disc fan. This is, you can see it really well or not. It's kind of hard to see without, it kind of sparkles, but you can kind of see this is the Infinite Disc Marauder stamp. This is actually pretty cool. Light is right. Anyway, this is a brand new putter I got from Infinite Discs. Special deal they have going on right now. If you only valid between December 1st until the 15th. So they expires December 16th. Thank you 10 from Infinite Discs. That's the words thank you 10 all uppercase. I'm sure. I got a breach of purchase with this with them. See if this will focus or not. Not. So you probably can't read it, but it says, I'll read it to you. It says, thank you for shopping with us. This code is valid December 1st until the 15th. Thank you 10 is the discount code. We'll give you 10% off your next order at infinitedisc.com. Alright, let's talk business. Alright, first of all, since it is colder, the colder months, if I'm playing a tournament in the winter, late fall winter, I'm usually rocking a hoodie, a cuff hoodie by the way, and then a beanie. I love the beanie. It's got to keep the head warm to play well. Keep the old noggin. Very good. Anyway, I'm usually rocking a beanie. In the colder months, I always go with hand warmers. Some people like electronic hand warmers. Some people like other brands of hot hand warmers. I choose Hot Hands. Hot Hands hand warmers. Again, this is probably backwards. But this is hand warmers. Hot Hands. This is a 2-pack. I have one for each. And I get I pretty much get at least 8 hours, if not the whole day worth of heat for my hands. I usually start them half an hour, start shaking them, warming up half an hour before I go disc golfing. By the time I get to the course, they're nice and warm. Alright, on to the first section. Let's get to the plastic. First up, we get my putting putters. I have the cart. This is the Infinite Discs. Forgot what it's called, but I have 2 of these. This is the extra large version. I'm blanking right now. This is the Infinite Discs, like putter pouch. This is the extra large version, and I have a Rainfly with it as well. Really quick, I'll show you a brief behind the camera. I'll just turn the camera around real quick, and I will show you kind of what is we're working with here. Let's see. So this is the putter pouch. I have chalk on here because I use chalky hands. I usually open the top up. On the top, I can have access to 6 discs, and then 1 in the bottom. I have access to 8 discs on the bottom. 8 discs on the bottom there. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, that's my putter pouch. Again, this is the cart. I usually play. A lot of players that see me locally don't see the cart come out very often, but when the cart comes out, you know I'm in business. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's get straight down to the brass tacks. Plastic. All right. First of all, we got my putting putters. I putt with the Macbeth Special Edition Lunas. These are usually max weight at around 173 to 174. That will make them any greater than that. It kind of sucks, but the Luna is pretty awesome. Um, I love the Luna. I've been through a couple putters. I've been through Pures, didn't like Pures. Tombs, didn't like Tombs. I pretty much tried a lot of putters out. The Luna has been with me faithfully for about a year now. This whole 2023 season and it'll be 2 years going into 2024. I made my biggest recorded putt is 65 feet. Not with this Luna. I'll show you which one. Don't worry. But this is one of my I always carry a brand new Luna. This is my brand new Luna. Very not beat in, as you can see. So got the Luna in the bag. Then I usually carry a Luna that's a little bit more beat in. This one looks kind of white. You might be asking, oh, is it plastic peeling? It's not that old. I got this from I was the last person to get a Luna at a Turkey Hill contender. We had this tournament at Turkey Hill from June 24th, 25th. Again, it's a special blend Luna. And we're like, what's that white stuff? It's actually chalk. Usually there's a lot of chalk. I cake my hands in chalk. I don't have the chalk bag on me right now, but this is where the chalk would go in a little black satchel. I put my hand in the chalk and I get my grip. That way my grip is nice and steady and even. I get me a confident putt. Another thing I usually have, usually for Circle 2, I'll have maybe a Circle 2 disc. I don't have them right now. But anyway, I have this special, this is a 2023 Tour Series Retro Stamp Paul Macbeth Luna. Again, Luna, just an ESP plastic. This putt gave me my current record of 68 foot putt, slightly downhill, at Turkey Hill hole 15, and that's for birdie. So anyway, that's my putters, my putting putters. Anyway, now we'll go to the approach discs. For usually about 200 feet in, probably 100 feet. For all of my approach discs are pretty the same. I mean, I love the Zone. This happens to be a 5-time Paul Macbeth Zone. This one is actually, you don't see a lot of 5-time. You see the Brian Bearhart stir a lot, or this Brody Smith Get Freaky. I have one of those. They're pretty awesome. This is your stock Z Zone. You can't really see it because of light. There you go. There's the Zone. It's a nice overstable approach disc. Another one I also started bagging this month. That was I've been testing it throughout a long time and been loving it. And I'm proud to say, ever since it came out, I was like interested in it. It came out about 4 months ago. But it just came out. I got one, and I've been loving it ever since. Zone OS, baby, yeah. Anyway, that was super cringy. But Zone OS, again, when the wind picks up and that zone flies straight when it's supposed to be overstable, any wind picks up, and I need to do an approach shot. Zone, baby, Zone OS. That wind will change the stability of your disc depending on how you throw it. I usually like to throw the Zone OS just in a smooth backhand hyzer, or on a little forehand anhyzer, kind of a scramble shot that I need from the turn and swoop and just hit but this is going to have a quick turn and it's really overstable. It is a +1.5, so pretty damn overstable. Really good for those windy approaches. Doesn't get much ground play. The typical Zone gives you a skip and a roll, so that's a typical ground play of a Zone. Next up is our throwing putters. We're just going down the line on the back of the card here. Nothing too particular, but we'll just start with another disc I occasionally for approach. And it's also doubles the throwing putter. Champion Rhino, baby. As you know, Calvin Heimburg did really well this year on tour, 2023 season and 2022. He bags a Rhino, so why not? As you know, if you know me, you know some of my favorite players to watch are Paul Macbeth for his putting and amazing. I mean, 6-time world champion. Come on now. Calvin's also like a runner-up in his level. Calvin is the champion Rhino, so should you. Anyway, another disc that you let's see that I really love is actually this is a mid range, so I will not count it as a throwing putter, even though I use it as a throwing putter. Um, Next up, we got a special disc that's just used for turnovers on one hole. Um, is a PA1. This is a lighter weight PA1. I use this for a turnover, a backhand turnover, really high, and it just holds that line the whole time until it eventually kind of fades out and dies out of speed. Usually use that for a turnover shot on hole 12, shooting from the long pad at Turkey Hill to the regular one basket. Another putter I fell in love with that shoots real straight is the Streamline Pilot. I first was introduced to the Pilot via the Space Race, and I actually got an ace with it. I'll actually show you. The putter is pretty cool, and it's a very exclusive plastic. They have the Pilot in, I don't think they even make it in glow. This was the special edition MVP Space Race. I put the stickers on just to see it because it's pretty clear. But anyway, I aced on May 25th. In that round, I shot 17 under par doing a junior layout. Just a little practice round. My ace total currently is, in my career, I have 8 aces. I have 8 aces in my career. And come January, it will mark the 6th year of me playing. I started in late 2019. So, anyway, Streamline Pilot, super straight putter, absolutely love it. A little bit of just like 0.2 turn. It has barely any turn. Anyway, Streamline Pilot, one of my favorites. Another one I use for approaching is the. Give me just a moment as I get my discs from out on underneath. I also I just started bagging this. I mean, I've been really liking it because I love the Champion Rhino. The Champion Rhino is a 0.3. Another thing I've been loving, I love the Champion Rhino. Rhino X, baby. It's a tick more overstable. It's a 0.4. So just to tick a higher part of the line and just a tick more overstable. Better for the wind. Anyway, another thing I've been loving is the AVR 3. Where is it? AVR 3. This disc is awesome. It's another one of my throwing putters. Pretty straight. A little bit of fade. I have a Beta one that's purple. Nice and unstable disc. Nice straight shot. Fading this way. A little bit of turn and a gentle fade. Another good, really awesome straight throwing putter is the AVR 3. It's a 0.2. Lots of numbers are 0.2 in the disc. Another one I also love that's similar, but even more, a tick more overstable, is the AVR X3. Again, same mold, just a tick more overstable with a 0.3 instead of a 0.2. Anyway, I love that disc. Another disc I just got like this last week that I instantly fell in love with as soon. And this is actually pretty rare. You're not gonna see another person with bagging this disc. The Latitude 264 Caltrop. Huge shout out to Cheesy. Thank you, Cheesy, for hooking me up with the Caltrop. This actually is very rare, and you can't find these nowadays. Trust me, I looked. I want to get a hard version. This is a Zero Soft. There's a big craze about soft plastics. I'm not a fan of soft plastics. But this one's not like gummy, not like a rubber. This one is just like the inner portion is soft and the outer portion is a nice hard shell, so I can still grip with confidence and still grip it and rip it. Anyway, let's go on. Let's go on to the. Let me just double check to make sure I got all the putters, and looks like I did. All right, now on to the mid ranges. I don't carry a whole diverse set of mid ranges, but I do carry a nice variety of mid ranges. All right, mids. It's mid time. First up, is the Passion. You can't see this really well, but this is the ESP Passion. I have several variants of this. This isn't the stock stamp, but this is just a stamp This was a tournament stamp. Shout out to Carl. Carl. Carl P. I can't say his last name because I don't know how to pronounce it. Put Kreifel. Carl. Anyway, Carl, love you, man. You're the shit. You're awesome. I mean in the good way. Trust me. If you watch this, you're the best, Carl. We love you. Um, Thank you, Carl, for allowing me to purchase this disc off you. So you're the man. Overstable approaches. One thing that Ezra Aderhold says, it's always a passion. I actually had the chance to meet Ezra Aderhold, so Nuke's baby and Passion's baby, so yeah. Anyway, it's always a passion. Alright, another disc. I also had a chance to meet Joel Freeman. He loves the Gator 3. I recently fell in love with the Gator. I find a stable mid-range with the touch of fade. I wouldn't say it's a 0.4 as the last numbers tell it is, but I would say it's more like a 0.2. And the stamp's really dope. This is a DX variant. You have a Gator trying to bite someone, or the mount is flanging open with the protecting the basket. So anyway, I love the stamp being like, what's that disc? It's the Gator. Anyway, I did a review on my channel about this. I love this disc, and no one throws this disc, and I know. Discraft Zombie, baby. Yeah. Walking Dead. Man, a lot of cringe moments in this video. The zombie. I had this one in green. I have two more of them. I have a full backup bag of all my discs and pile in my room. I will post a picture of my little backup area on Facebook and Instagram. My Facebook is Jeff Seaton. My Instagram is putter.power. Same as my username. So anyway, the zombie. This is a -1/1. They classified as a driver, but I would say it's a hybrid mid-fairway. It is pretty straight. It's a straight disc, really straight disc, a nice little gentle turn, and a nice fade. This one's beat in, so when it goes in that -1 turn, it really holds the turn all the way. It's a nice slow turning disc. A little bit of fade damn too. Anyway, other mid-ranges I have. Let's go up here. Malta. Paul McBeth, we love you, man. He throws the Malta, so I should throw the Malta. You can't tell I'm a big Paul McBeth fan. Discraft Malta. I love it. It's supposed to be a overstable mid-range. That's a lie. Not maybe for the average player, not for me. For me, it holds a nice straight line with a nice gentle fade. So nice, and the stamp is awesome. Having that kind of waspy killer bee crushing that planet is pretty cool. Love the artwork on that disc. Another disc I used just for turnovers, and that's it. Meteor baby. Michael Johansson, one of the players I watch, not too often, but every now and then. He loves his comets and meteors, and the meteor is an awesome disc. It's a -3/1, and throwing at the speed, I can get to do that, but throwing at high speed, I have a nice big turnover with more distance. Nice and high in the air, I have release like that. It just holds that 3 the whole time, and if I don't throw it at the speed, it goes a little bit one fade. But for the most part, it's high right in the air, just hold that fade right into the bucket. Right into the bucket. Anyway, more mid-ranges. I think I'd be done with mid-ranges, right? Nope. More mid-ranges. The Wasp. I dubbed this the Watermelon Wasp. But Paul best throw the Wasp, so you should too. Anyway, I'm going to plug Paul and love his videos. So, Paul, if you ever see this, I love you, man. Definitely want to meet you. As you know, Paul McBeth is your reigning 6-time world champion. It was a fluke that Isaac won this year, and it was a fluke that James Conrad won the other year. But Paul McBeth is your consistent 6-time reigning world champion. Anyway, he will be the GOAT, and will always be the GOAT in my mind. Anyway, the Wasp. Paul uses this for a slow turning shot with a little bit of fade. I do the same thing. Slow turning turnover shot with a nice fade at the end. The only problem, this is like a full turnover, holding that angle all the way to the ground. This is a little slower turnover with less deep angle, usually a little bit lower line. And if I don't throw up the speed again, it turns over. but it's usually the same type of shot shape, just a little bit less understable with that turnover line. Anyway, let's see. I think this is, yeah, last but not least, the drone, baby. I love the drone. Paul, I think, bagged a drone at one point. This is the Discraft drone in ESP plastic. This run, I have 3 of these because I freaking love this thing. I use it on hole 16 at Turkey Hill, long to short to long to long, depending on what I'm feeling. It's a nice stable disc, overstable in that wind when I put on a hyzer. Nice straight disc, big fades like a 4 or 5 fade, and a big flare skip at the end. So you get it on the angle, it hits the ground, boom, and then it just takes off and does a flare skip. So that's pretty awesome, pretty reliable ground play. Anyway, that's it for mid ranges. Now let's go into the bag. All right, in the bag, first we have. Let's start on one side and go to the other. This is all color coordinated. I can't see it really well, so I will adjust my camera angle. I'm using the Dynamic Discs Commander. It's a Pro Commander bag. Pretty cool. I always get compliments for my color coordination. I'm just stay organized. That's it. I try to be color coordinated, stay organized, and I know exactly where each disc is by color. Anyway, I always get complimented like, "Oh, your bag's so cool. Everything's orange and color coordinated." I'm like, "Yeah, that's me. I'm organized." Anyway, I'll pull this out one by one and show you. I'll go from the pink all the way to the blue, and then we'll go with bonus discs. All right. First up, we got the crank. I love this disc, but this is only for one hole at Turkey Hill. This is for the second shot on hole 8. After the drive, I throw this basically pretty much out the basket, and I get that birdie or a par, depending on the distance that day. Next up, we have the Ace Line Prodigy D Model OS. I got this disc as a mystery disc from Infinite. I know Infinite. You can choose to pay $12 to get a disc that's having to be a mystery disc. I fell in love. It was overstable at first, but after I beat it in, it was nice and straight with a nice fade at the end. Alright, next up, Paul Macbeth, love you again. Hades, I love the Hades. I use this off the tee on hole 17 from the red pad, and even the blue pad, depending on what I'm throwing that day. Negative 3.2 is the flight numbers. Definitely holds at negative 3, maybe more like a negative 4.2. Maybe I'm going to get some speed. Some days I'm not feeling it, and if I'm not feeling it, then I pull out the Blizzard Champion. Some days I'll throw and I'm like, I can't really throw. I'm not feeling the power. And when those days come by, I pull out these Blizzard Champion ones. This one happens to be 158. 158, yeah, this one's awesome. This is a Blizzard Champion Beast. I'm a really big fan of the Beast. I've been a Beast fan since pretty much my second month in. Next one is the Nuke SS. Love the Nuke SS for a nice, again, SS. Nice S curve. You put it straight, or even touch the analyzer, it comes out of the hand, boom, flips to flat, and then gently has a nice fade back. That's at negative 3.3. Definitely holds some good flight numbers. Anyway, continuing the pink, that was just an outlier of a orangey disc. Turning the pink, in my nuke category, nukes, baby. This happened to be a double stamp one. Again, shout out to Carl to give me this nuke. Carl, you're awesome. We love you, Carl, over here at Chainsaw Productions. Anyway, thank you, Carl, for letting me get this. I love the double stamp because I can see it. Pink and this. I love the gloss on this double stamp. Anyway, just a nuke's basically similar to Destroyer, just an overstable distance driver. When the wind comes up, you gotta have a one fighter disc. So when the wind comes up, that nuke goes to stable. Nuke OS, baby. Again, Ezra bags this, so why shouldn't you? Nuke OS. Again, when that wind comes up, those nukes flip to stable. Get really straight with a little bit of fade instead of the overstable flight path. This fights the wind, and no matter how strong a wind, Nuke OS will always win. Anyway, those are, I throw all of those backhand, none of those forehand. The Nuka West I will occasionally throw forehand. Forehand exclusive disc is the Champion Archon. This is my kind of swooping forehand. A little middleweight 162. This is my throw kind of get out. It's more of a scramble shot in a scramble category. Kind of swooping to flip to flat, and then a little bit of turn and a nice fade back. Anyway, another disc I love, Infinite Disc Centurion. I'm a big Infinite Disc fan. I've always have been. Again, that's why I give it the discount code exclusive. Love the Centurion. I use for my second shot on hole 8 if I'm not bagging the crank at the time, or I use it off the long tee on hole 14. I'm gonna play the one for layup on Turkey Hill. None of this I love. Just for hole 1 at Turkey Hill, hole 1, long to short, Discraft Thrasher, baby. This is a Michiganon Discraft Thrasher. This is 174, negative 3.2. This happened to be beat it into a nice understable. Shoot it out of the hand. It slowly turns, and has a just subtle faded back at the end. Anyway, some days I'm not feeling that high in speed, not feeling the power. When that happens, Champion Boss, baby. I love the Champion Boss. This one actually, it doesn't mean anything now, but this was David Wiggins Jr. had the distance world record of 11,008 feet. I don't know why, but 2 years in a row he's won these competitions. It doesn't make sense because he only throws distance, and I've never seen him on the tour. So therefore, I don't find it credible. I think I agree with that ruling that he's, the 3-time Disney World Champion. But somehow he gets it done. Dave Wiggins throws this, so should you for distance. This happens to be a 150-gram Blizzard Champion Boss. I love the Boss. I have it. Usually I'm carrying a variant of the lightweight version. I use it a lot for uphill straight shots. If I'm going level ground, nice overstable flight, hooking overstable flight. Where the Boss is a little bit understable, maybe stable, depending on how I throw it. Next up is my water carry disc. I usually, for Lake Marshall or other tournaments I'll play, I'll go to a R-Pro Wahoo. I don't have one in the bag right now. They're on the shelf, just hanging out. Wahoo! R-Pro Wahoo. That's usually my go-to water disc. I can lose and replenish a lot of them. But I'm not bagging them right now, but Champion Boss. Again, I love the Boss. This has been over many bodies of water and has not gone in yet. It's come back to me every time. So anyway, that's my water carry disc. Another one I want this year. I actually got to meet Paul Yolberry before he actually started throwing this. It came out. Captain's Raptor. This is a Z Captain's Raptor. Now, this is 2022 edition. Yeah. So this is the year of 2022 came out. That year you can get these. I think I only have 4 of these. Yeah, 4 of these. Not that many are out there. Even less of the crystal ones. I think there were only 4 crystal, clear crystal. And my friend has one of the 4 clear crystal ones. Anyway, love the cap wrap in Z. I'm probably gonna order some ESP cap wrap. That's this year. Not sure yet. Haven't pulled the trigger yet. Anyway, dynamic discs. I'm not a big fan of dynamic discs, but I will bag some of their molds occasionally, depending on I'm not a huge trilogy guy, but yeah, if they make a good disc, I'll try it out. Evader. This worked wonders in West Virginia for me at elevation. This is last two flight numbers are 03. This is my straight shot, a little bit of fade. Anyway, next up, Avenger SS, baby. This is a nice understable disc. So when I do a turning shot, but I don't want to do a full turnover, I'll just rip this nice and flat, and then have this gradually turn and burn, a slow panning turn from flat just to get that -3 turn. Anyway, next up we have overstable disc. but it's more stable with an overstable finish, a big overstable finish, than Amethyst Sergeant. This happens to be a special stamp. This is a Southern Mountain Classic. Presented by Disc Golf Vault. This is like Specs in plastic, whatever, Opto. This happened to be a special edition one because of the stamp, tournament stamp. This tournament, I actually was second place in this tournament in MA4. This year, I've been playing in MA2 and MA3. In 2020, come 2024, I'll be MA2 all year. So yeah. Next up is one of my forehand discs. This is a forehand only. I don't use it for backhands at all. Paul McBeth throw forces, so why shouldn't you? This happens to be a double stamp ESP force. I like this because it's nice and stable on a forehand. Just nice flick forehand. If I throw too hard, it turns over a little bit, but it always reliably comes back. Even in the wind, a nice get up to speed, boom. Nice little fade at the end. I bagged 3 of these because one of them is actually a backhand disc. And this backhand disc is used for hole 8 off the long tee. This is 155 to 159. Again, a force. 9 times out of 10, I will only bag this for forehand. Just a forehand straight shot. I can throw a forehand about 270 to 285, depending on the elevation. This one happens to be just a simple straight backhand disc. Maybe a little bit of turn, a little bit of fade. But for the most part, hits a gap, nice and straight. Anyway, another disc I fell in love with. Anthony Barella. Venom, baby. Love you, AB. Right now, his putting isn't too hot, but he can throw 600 feet. Like, consistently. It's basically a more overstable version of the Force. Force is 0-2, and this is a 0-3, 0-4, depending on what run you get. I love the disc because it's nice and straight, big. It's nice and overstable at the end, but it doesn't have much ground play. Kind of point and shoot. Lastly, another forehand disc. I can use backhand time depending on how I'm feeling that day, but mostly can come up for a forehand. It's another Force in Z. This one, the ESP doesn't get so much ground play. This one gets a nice skip with the roll at the end. So we get a little forehand out there, boom. Swooping hyzer. It's more for overstable flight. So a swoop hyzer with a swoop and a roll and a fade, or just like a simple flat shot, or even anheuser sometimes with a nice gradual finish at the end. Lastly, that's a bit for my main bag. Now I'll get to the bonus material, scrambles. As you know, I used to be really horrible and used to have to scramble a lot. Because I used to have to scramble a lot, I had learned a lot about scrambling. I got really good at scrambling my first first year or two, because I used to be in the thick of it. I don't really throw thumbers anymore, but when I do throw a thumber, it's gonna be with the champion groove. I know people hating the groove. I honestly don't throw the groove anymore, but every now and then I pull out the groove and give a nice whack on a thumber line, and it's really good, really panning shot. Another shot I'll go to is the Kappa Drafter for a thumber. Spike hyzers. Spike hyzers I consider a scramble shot. I don't use it that often. I go with the Legacy Cannon for that spike hyzer. Spin it up nice and high. I just pick up the target in the sky. Boom. Nice and high and straight. And it just goes bink right back. Nice in the basket. I've got a lot of compliments for my spike hyzer game. It's pretty on point. I put it up in the air, man, and it just gets right under that bucket within 5 feet and bullseye. Occasionally, not that often, when I have to scramble, every now and then I'll throw a grenade. When I do throw grenades with the Westside Des Anvil, this disc is zone-like in flight plate, but again, boom, straight up and down, up, nice and high up or something, boom, it crashes and just like sits down. No roll, no skip, no fade. Next up, we'll go with honorable mentions and things, just bonus material that they'll come in and out of the bag depending on the course and the shot shape. Star Corvette. I love this. This is when I first started, like my first 2 years, the Star Corvette was in my bag for the longest time. It still is in my bag. I still love the Star Corvette. In and out of the bag though, depending on what I'm throwing. Another thing I've been loving is the Paige Pierce Undertaker. Any Undertaker, Michigan, Paige Pierce, whatever. I like it in Z. I haven't tried an ESP one, but I'm sure they're good. Actually, Z and I love the love me Undertaker. Kind of funny because Paige Pierce nails initials as PP. So I love me a good PP Undertaker. That sounds so cringe. Anyway, love me a good Undertaker. Um, it gives me a nice straight shot, maybe a little bit of turn and a little bit of fade. For the most part, dead straight shot, a little bit of fade. Another PP disc. She 3 discs in her line was Undertaker, Passion, and then lastly, Stalker, baby. She really caught me on the Stalker, advertised it really well. Stalker is nice for that. Again, similar to the Undertaker, but a little bit less stable. The Undertaker is really stable, a lot of fade. This one has a little bit of turn, a little bit of fade. So nice, stable. It's a fairway driver, so Stalker, really straight, a little bit of turn, a little bit of fade. Gets around like a last straight, last second. Again, the stable category in the bag, and of course I'm playing the Vulture. Shout out to Brody Smith. Brody Smith was like, "Oh, the Vulture's awesome." Talking up the Vulture a lot. I gave it a try, and I'm really liking the Vulture. I particularly love the Big Z Vulture. The Z Vulture is pretty good, but we'll continue on that awesome stamp. It's a vulture eating skulls, of people it's killed. It's a true scavenger. Anyway, another stuff I've been rocking on is the Innova Savant. I like it in Star Plastic, Halo Plastic, Z Plastic, you name it, I like it. -1, 2, nice stable disc. Sometimes a little bit overstable when put on hyzer. Nice stable with a nice fade at the end. Anyway, the last disc I have in my cart is the Athena. Paul really shot shape well in Europe this year. I went to Europe and won like 8 out of 10 events in Europe on the Europe Tour 02. When I first got it out of the box, I loved it instantly. Now it's just like meets a certain shot shape. When I first got it, it flew dead straight with a 2 fade, like a T-bird. Now it's straight to the hand, it gets like a 2 or 3 turn and then a nice fade at the end. So similar flight paths to Stalker, but I know that it's gonna turn late in the flight and fade. Really reliable turn and fade. And that is it for my. That's it for my all my discs in my bag. Now let's go open accessories. So really quick, in the summer months, I also rock a hat. Love Adidas. I did work for Adidas at one point. I decided not to stay with them because I have my current job I have now is better. But I did work for Adidas and I did get a discount on merch. So shout out to Adidas. Thank you, Adidas, for hiring me and allowing me to work for you and being your best cashier. Anyway, love you, Adidas. We'll still support you on and off the course. The shoes I wear for disc golf are Gore-Tex Adidas R3 GTXs. R2, R3, depending on the how I'm feeling. Always go with Gore-Tex because it's waterproof, and on those muddy or rain rounds, you don't get wet. Next thing up, every bag I must have is a disc retriever. I will probably, let's just go over. Before we get there, we'll go here. Gotta have a water bottle on the course. This happens to be a Discraft water bottle. This is a squeeze bottle, so it's gravity fed. So if you hold it upside down, nothing will come out. You have to squeeze it to activate it. This one I decorated. Southern Maryland Disc Golf Association is my local club. The Discraft sticker, I have a Tomb stamp. I used to love the Tomb. I love the Tomb 1010 disc, one of my retailers shop from. And, of course, Infinite Disc. We love you, Infinite. If you watch this, we love you, Infinite. I want to be part of Team Infinite. Anyway, gotta stay hydrated on the course. Next up is something we don't use that much, but on a brand new course would be dialed in. Is this Bushnell rangefinder. I have one of these. I have in the bag. Measure putts, anything. Tree, it's really helpful. This one is white. I just got a case that's red because, why not? I have an orange bag, orange rangefinder. It's only fit to rock orange. Anyway, I love this one. This one actually gives you the feet and like a degree angle. The other one I have a little more analytics and have a little more features. Don't really care for it though. Always have chalk. I don't have chalk with my right now. I'll have to buy some more. I just get my chalk I use is just basically pitcher's chalk that I use in baseball. I usually rock chalk. Being like, what is this half thing? This is the new product I got recently that I've been fell in love with. It's called the Discrafter. It won't sit the slot on the course. It's very rare. I'm turning more people on with the Discrafter. let's say you throw your favorite disc. This happens to be a Corvette. This is not my favorite disc, but let's say it's my favorite disc. My favorite disc would probably be, right now, would be the Nuke. I throw this in the mud or the creek or whatever. It gets a whole bunch of debris on it. I take the disc raptor. When I do the disc raptor, 98% of the debris and water is gone after like one swipe of the disc. Like 2 full rotations, it's gone. Gets all of the hard packed mud and debris out. This is pretty cool. It is a microfiber cloth on the inside, and as you can't really see this really well or not. There we go. It also has turf on the inside to get anything hard edges away. It's pretty awesome. Again, Disc Raptor. I got 2 of these, one for each bag. I usually roll 2 bags. Cart for bigger tournaments, the bag for smaller tournaments, depending on where I'm playing. Anyway, Disc Raptor, we love you. If you see this Disc Raptor, send me some more Disc Raptors. I love that product. Anyway, probably like, why does he have a flag on here? This is actually, I always want to know the win, no matter where I am. And usually course I play don't have streamers or any kind of flags in the basket. So I always carry a flag on my own. Shout out Medieval Times. I used to work at Medieval Times, so I always got like discounted on merch. This is actually got this before I started working there. It was a dream to work there as a part of the showcast. I loved it. I worked there for about 2 years before the pandemic hit, and when they closed everything down, we still got paid for 2 weeks when we weren't supposed to. So big shout out to Medieval Times for trying to compensate the workers and keep our jobs when the pandemic was in full surge. Anyway, I carry this for wind. It just serves as a wind reed. When the wind, it's just pretty lightweight, so any wind will catch any wind. That's why I keep it on here as like a so if big wind, it's gonna really flap in the wind. And if I ace, I'll just pull it out and just run down the fairway and it'll look really cool. Let's run down the flare with the flag and be like, yeah. Anyway, other things in my bag I carry are, I always gotta carry extra mini. I have an extra mini with me at all times. This one happens to be an orange mini because if you can't tell yet, I love orange in the bag. Frozen Flex. I believe this is an NFL mold. I don't know, honestly. This is orange mini. Gotta have a mini. I usually carry a one, if it's 2-round tournament or more, I carry 1 mini. You will never see me with the same mini. I mean, if we card together for 2 rounds, you'll never see me with the same mini. Guarantee you. I have a wide variety of minis, and I will do a separate video on minis. So stay tuned for that video showing off my collection of minis. Anyway, I always have a cover for this. I have a little top pocket I can put this in, but I actually close in. I usually have a Frog Togs rain jacket, and then I usually have a sweater like this. I have a chest packs in there right now, and I always rock either hand warmers or as well as a rain fly for the whole cart. It just carries the bag, keeps the bag from getting wet. I don't want to dry the bag. I roll this around. It stays in one spot in my house here, so it's pretty awesome. Anyway, that is it. That's gonna wrap up the. Oh, one last thing. Almost when we wrap up. Before we wrap it up, got two little bonus items. It usually doesn't get too sunny where I'm at. I usually rock a hat, but in case the hat's not working, I always have a pair of shades. Sunglasses are always key to keep those eyes nice and keep his eyes protected from the sun. I usually have a different type of attachment for a disc. This is a claw. I have my retriever just a standard hook system. I have a hook. I have a claw, and then this also has like a full disc layout on my retriever. This is a Quickie Stick XXXL. Pretty awesome. I also have the sticky ball one. I would probably prefer the sticky ball one over that, but that one works because it stays in the cart. Sticky ball one does fit in the cart. I just like it for the bag instead. I always carry extra claw around. I may carry extra 1 or 2 claws. I know if I have friends that are like, hey, I need a claw, or I forgot my claw, or I lost my claw, or whatever. Because this cart, anything can happen. I've actually had the nubs fall off on on hole 16, and I had to carry the rest of the cart weight. And luckily it wasn't a tournament; it was a casual round, but still it sucked ass. So always keep a spare nub and usually some bolts. Just basic maintenance. I happen to have 2 nubs in case both fall off. That won't happen because I have a locking nut. I just keep a spare pair of parts. It's nothing too serious, but you always gotta keep the spare nubs. Another thing I have is earplugs. I use in-ear monitors. They're just really clear. They're pretty invisible. No one even knows I have them on. But when I'm playing competition, I don't want any distractions. I don't want anyone talking to me. I'm really quiet and reserved when I compete. So, otherwise, I'm really extroverted like I am now. I talk to people. I'm engaged. I'm really engaging and lively joy the card under normal casual round. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.